I'm here with Judy, and she has been chosen as our woman to watch. So, Judy, the Kelowna community of women would like to hear about what it's like being in your shoes. Can you tell us a little bit about that? For example, what it's like being an advisor for startup companies.
Well, first I have to decide which of the 327 pairs of shoes we're talking about, because that really depends on how you walk. I work with Accelerate Okanagan as an executive in residence. And without going into too much detail, it means that we start from the very beginning with promising companies and see them through, shepherd them through all of the stages that they need to go through in order to be successful and to grow much faster than they might ordinarily and to avoid some of the standard pitfalls of failure. I'm not sure that has anything to do with being female. Most of our entrepreneurs are male, but we're seeing an increasing cohort of women, that's for sure. Yeah.
So your profession is to give advice to aspiring entrepreneurs and CEOs and stuff like that. If you could lend us your services and summarize really quickly what are some of the really key features about succeeding in Kelowna's economy.
Wow, that's the broadside of a barn. I think the key is simply this. It's never been easier to start a company anywhere in the world. Money has no country, talent has no country. I mean, there are barriers ultimately, but one of the things that sets Kelowna apart is the fact that this city is in a perfect position to be an island of technology excellence, not just financially, but from the standpoint of intellectual capital. There's already a lot of really fine, smart people who've chosen to be here for lifestyle reasons. And what that means for companies is you have all these awesome mentors to draw on, to ask for checks from, and to generally have as a cohesive community that just doesn't exist in other places. Most people aren't aware of the tidal wave of technology company momentum that's going on. It's huge. And in 10 years, we're going to look back and say, wow, where did that come from? But it's happening now. And to be part of that right now is pretty darn exciting.
Tell me about how you came into this profession. So when you were a 21-year-old woman, where did you see yourself being in, 10 years?
Well, at that time, I was actually studying biochemistry, and I was on my way to medical school. And after being accepted to medical school, I had this aha moment that said, actually, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. I'm not sure what it is. But I'm going to try this, and got involved, took a risk, swallowed my fear, and got involved in this new field of computers. Now, it was about 100 years ago, of course. But I happened to be in lockstep with technology change. So I was lucky enough to be of a demographic that was in lockstep with the kind of wave of technology that gave anybody who was smart and willing an opportunity, male or female. And I inadvertently, courageously jumped on it, I suppose, and it worked. So I didn't go to medical school. I got lucky and got into a program of just self-development through trial and error, lots of error, trust me, and worked with huge companies, small companies, every kind of company. Learned a tremendous amount on the way, and really, when you ask that question, it implies that there was a plan. And I'm fond of saying that my career was the random walk of a drunk in a windstorm. You know, that's what that line looks like. And if you want, I can unpack why I think that is the way to take one's career forward, whether it's Kelowna or anywhere else. If you want, I can.
So are you suggesting that starting off with a plan in life is not the best way of doing life?
Well, listen, life is created twice. Once according to plan and once according to execution. It's the same thing for houses and companies and everything else. We have to have some sort of an idea of what we're about, what we want, where we're going. But three things have to happen. You have to be awake to what's really happening in the world. You have to, as a person, be good at managing fear. And by fear, I mean false expectations appearing real. How you manage what you perceive as limitations or resources or personal areas that need growing. How people manage that matters tremendously. And the third thing is just creating a life that actually works personally, so you can go off and do things. Organized, priorities straight, pay attention to your primary relationships. So those things are, in essence, a plan. But from there, the wind blows. You blow with it.